Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmie from Emmie Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So right now, I'm going to be doing a ClairTarot reading for Aquarius. Aquarius, hold on. Let me make sure. Okay. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also for your cross watchers. I was like, why do I want to say Aries? It's Aquarius. So Aquarius, you guys, oh my gosh. I'm like, what is this reading going to be about? And I'm told your cup is being overfilled. Not too sure what you guys have been going through, but there's definitely a massive shift. Okay. Just finished Pisces reading. They're experiencing a massive shift. Aquarius, I think you are as well. This is big. This is big. I feel some crazy stuff making me talk in different octaves. Okay. All right, guys. Hallelujah. Hallelujah, right, Maud? Hallelujah. All right. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Oh, God. Hold on. Ah! It's still there. It's still there. Okay. I was just thinking to myself, I should remove that card. It's fine. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's okay. It's all right. All right, guys. Final deck, okay? Final deck. Let's just get started. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. I'm told these two cards belong in the same pile. Oh, two more cards. Okay, that's fine. We'll go with it. We'll go with it. So, Aquarius. Card number 7, pause in your journey. There has been a pause in your journey for some time now. I don't know what's happened, but it seems as though you've been running on autopilot. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys have been feeling as though you're running on autopilot. If you feel as though there hasn't been real substantial meaning to what you've been experiencing, the way you've been living, not necessarily a bad thing, just one that, you know, it's like you want more from life, which is very understandable. There's also this sense that you feel as though your heart has been ripped out and you've kind of just been emptied. And again, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just that at this point, this is not something you want. You know, you want to thrive. You want to have something that makes you feel satisfied, probably on a soul level at this point. And in comes this card. Card number 13, power of attraction. You're calling to you the very things that you want. There is some form of telepathy occurring at this point. All right. So either you're calling in a situation or you're calling in an individual. I don't even want to put labels on whatever this is. Just know whatever it is your heart is most longing for, whether that be a change in life circumstance, a job, friendship, relationship, whatever it is, soul is preparing to fill up that gap, the feeling of something missing, okay? You have to trust. Aquarius, you have a habit of putting yourself in a bubble and kind of just staying there, okay? You have this habit of doing that. And for a time that might have worked, but at this point, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. You can't expect to hatch a different type of life if you're refusing to go in the nest. Okay. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's the sense that I'm being given. You can't expect something different if you're refusing to trust your soul as it's guiding you into unknown territory. I do notice with Aquarius, you guys have a tendency to struggle when something is new or unknown. You have a tendency to hesitate. Right now, you need that full trust in soul. You need to really, really trust your soul. Allow yourself to develop a bond with your higher self. Communicate with it. Let him or her guide you. It's a reflection of you. All right. This is the human you, not really looking at what's going on. And this is your higher self. It sees what's going on. It's looking in the mirror. All right. It's looking and seeing exactly what's going on. This is about you recognizing who you are. You are an aspect of your higher self. It doesn't want to hurt you. It doesn't want to lead you through troubled waters. What it wants to do is guide you to a better place for yourself, mentally, emotionally, socially, financially, whatever it is, you're deciding what that is. All right. Not everyone wants a relationship. Not everyone wants a new job. Some people are in a good relationship. Some people are in a good job. It's whatever it is that you are really, truly feeling is lacking in your life. That's what you're calling for right now. If you feel like, if you feel like, gosh, what's going on with me? I've been obsessing about this particular thing for weeks now, for months now, and it's making me feel like really badly about myself because, like I don't have a horrible life and I'm just being ungrateful. No, this is you calling it to yourself. And the more intensely you call to it, the more you're going to feel. The more that you feel and call to it, the faster it's going to arrive. So it's not wrong. It's not weak. You're feeling things for a reason. And that's what this whole keeping yourself in a bubble, not allowing yourself to be in the nest. It's like, yeah, you need to be in the nest to hatch, let the duck put its ass on you. The duck has to sit on you, keep you nice and warm, but you're like, no, I don't trust your salmonella ass. I'm going to put myself in a bubble because I don't want to feel your salmonella or your pokey ass nest. But there you are, left in the cold. See how see how that's working? Aquarius, you have a tendency to be the one to choose to leave yourself out. Okay. And many Aquarius know this. Many Aquarius know that it's a choice they're making. It's not necessarily self-sabotage. For some it is, but for most it's not. It's just, one of your quirks. It's like you have this thing where you have to have order and separate and observe and understand and know before you can actually allow yourself to participate. That's one of your things. And that's what makes it a lot harder to screw you over. Hello. It's not something you have to change, but you have to know when it's appropriate to allow that to come forward and when you need to, tell yourself to knock it off. Yeah, salmonella duck ass. Salmonella duck ass. Card number 2, booho, transform the way you see. And that's another issue, okay? It's not a way in which you're failing or weak. It's just something that can complicate your struggle, something that can lead to unnecessary struggle. Sometimes you're a little too careful. You want to filter everything first. And if you're a little too focused on filtering things out, you might end up blinding yourself. Okay. Shift the way you see. Sometimes you have to just experience organically. Sometimes you don't have to observe and try and figure it out and master it and come up with a plan and all of these other things. Sometimes you just got to dive into it. You just got to dive into it. Okay. Card number 29, seeing the true you. Aquarius, there's no tea to spill. There's no tea to spill. Look how far away that cup is and it's empty. All right. This is about seeing the truth of who you actually are. You have to begin allowing yourself to exist more in your heart space. It's very uncomfortable for an Aquarius to, be emotional and uh, allow that emotion to be witnessed. And, it's not a weakness. It's not a weakness. Your higher self, I think, is trying to get you to experience elevated levels of vulnerability. It's actually a way to exercise. My hand's looking all. Okay. It's a way for you to exercise some of your true strength. Okay. Because in reality, people who can allow themselves to experience vulnerability, they tend to be a little bit more powerful. Okay. And it doesn't matter if you're more powerful or less powerful than someone else. Like, this is not about comparison. This is about recognizing where you're at in your journey and how to support yourself as you propel yourself forward. This shift is going to cause you to enter a state of much more emotional existence. And it might be weird for you for a little bit. Okay, Aquarius, you might start to feel as though, what is going on? Do I have some sort of, like dysfunction or some sort of emotional issue, mental instability? No, you're just finally allowing yourself to feel. Okay. You're allowing yourself to feel. And that's what it is. Of course, it's going to be a hard time if you've never truly fully allowed yourself to feel. And it's not that you're emotionally devoid. That's a lie. That's a lie. I know quite a few Aquarius that are very, very close to me. And no, you guys feel very deeply. It's just you hide it very well. You try and process and you're able to put it off to the side. We'll worry about emotion later. Right now, I have to process what's going on. I need to understand this first. I need to see this from every angle. And that's what's going on. You're trying to see it from every angle. Sometimes you don't have to see it from every angle. Sometimes the most efficient way to transcend is to allow yourself to be immersed in it. Feel it entering, marinating every cell of your being. Feel it infusing into your subatomic particles and becoming a part of you and just experiencing. Maybe that's the part of transcendence that Aquarius struggles with the most. Transcendence isn't always just a mental process, some sort of spiritual thing. Because if you look at emotions, allowing yourself to fully experience the full motion and emotion of this co-created life, you're transcending that moment of I just lost my train of thought. You're transcending that moment where you went from being two separate components into one. Okay. So everything that you experience in your life, Aquarius, is nothing more than graduating to the next level, graduating to the next level, graduating to the next level. But if you're too focused on, okay, how many more levels are there? What do all the other levels have? Maybe I can prepare for it, then it's going to be very difficult. You're not going to be fully present. And if you're reading chapter 12 to prepare for chapter 12 when the rest of the class is still on chapter 2, chances are you probably will forget much of the information in chapter 2. And then you wonder why you're failing the test for chapter 2. And you're like, well, I was already all the way at chapter 12. Well, that's because you're not being fully present. Okay. You have to create balance. You think too much, Aquarius. You just think too much. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but just know, if you're wondering, why do I struggle through things so hard? Like, what is this? And, in case you guys are not aware, it's my personal belief that Aquarius is the genius of the zodiac. That's my personal belief. I don't believe it's another sign. I believe it's Aquarius. And what ends up happening with a genius, and you can look this up, okay? One of the telltale signs of a genius mind, like literal clinical definition of genius, profoundly gifted, is that when the answer, the solution appears to be too simple for the equation, they say that's not right. It's wrong. And so they will overcomplicate it in order to be able to solve it. One of my children is profoundly gifted, and I don't know how the fuck he does his work. We homeschool, and it was a very simple problem, and he couldn't figure out the answer. And then when I explained it to him very simply, he goes, "No, that's not right." And I was like, "Well, how did I get to the right answer then if that's not right?" Because he refused to do his math problems writing it down. He would just look at the ceiling, and he's an Aquarius. He'd go like this, and then he'd spit out the answer. And I told him, you have to show the work. Because if you decide to go to a regular school, the teacher's going to want to see the work, or they're going to say you cheated. And so he did some complex algorithm to get to a simple answer. And I was like, but the answer is the same. But my way is right. That's wrong. I don't know how you got that, Mom. Really? It was a simple, very simple mathematical problem for, I think it was like third grade math or something. And this fool bust out algebra. I was like, I'm not sure how you did that. But yeah, no, this is the answer. And he totally was like, couldn't allow himself to accept the solution was that simple. It was that simple. The more complex the problem, the easier he can give you the answer. You give him a calculus problem to solve with no paper, he'll tell you the answer. He goes, "Oh, that's easy." You tell him, "What's 2 plus 2 divided by 2?" "Oh, well, okay, so first I would need to take the coefficient." I'm like, "What the fuck?" I don't know, son. I don't know. That's Aquarius right there. Card number 25, phenomena. Be still and listen to the spirits. That's another major, major struggle. I don't know why, but for some reason, Aquarius seems to struggle really hard when it comes to simply allowing spirit, allowing soul to connect. There has to be some other component. There has to be some other factor. There has to be something else, a piece that's missing in order for me to complete this equation. No, sometimes you just got to sit and listen. That's it. That's it. Sometimes that's all it is. But Aquarius is such an overthinker. You have to stop overthinking everything. Some things need you to overthink, overanalyze. And that's what makes you an asset for that type of problem solving. But not everything in your life is a problem. And maybe that's the root of the issue, is that you're so accustomed to functioning in a way that's problem solving that you're failing to remember, to realize your life is not a problem. It's not an equation to be solved. It's an experience to be lived. And if you allow yourself to do that, you then uncrimp the pathways that you crimp down, trying to divert and control the flow of energy and thoughts. In order to do that, you have to create blockages. How do you control water? You dam it up. You create blockages, you allow it to pool up, and that's how you control the water. Well, energy is just like water. It's fluid, it's dynamic. And in order for you to control your thoughts, in order for you to be in control, and it's not that Aquarius has control issues. Like you guys don't have a tendency to tell other people what to do. Not at all. I don't see that at all. But I do see inside yourself, it's like you recognize there's so much going on, that you're existing on a multi-dimensional level, and that doesn't fall in alignment with what this earth plane says is reality, is truth. And so you crimp it and you crimp it and you try and divert all this energy to solve the problem, but there is no problem. There is no problem. You're a multi-dimensional being attempting to be normal. The problem is not that you're attempting to be normal. It's your definition of what normal is that you need to maybe overanalyze and really, really figure out. What's your definition of normal? Your life right now is your normal. Your life as you've known it is your normal. So stop trying to have a life that other people say this is how life is supposed to be. This is the goal. Maybe for you, but not for Aquarius. Aquarius isn't like other signs. It's not. There's really nothing cookie cutter about you. You have your own thing that goes on in your head, and much of it you don't share, but that's fine because I feel it anyways. um, Card number 28, collaborative dreaming. This is you in all your dimensional existences. Okay. And I think that's part of what causes you to struggle so much is that you've crimped your ability to feel all these other aspects of yourself, yet it still filters through. And because you've blocked it off so well, you don't know where it's coming from. And all these energies are like coming together, and you're like, "Okay, I have to solve this problem. There's coefficients that are not part of this uh, equation, and it's messing up my calc." Well, no, because you haven't been seeing. You're existing within a parentheses. And yeah, that's what you need to solve first. But that's just one component of a huge, huge expanded equation. You have parentheses, you have those brackets, all kind of different um, things going on in this, mathematical equation. And you're feeling all of this. If you allow yourself to just feel and release the need to master and know, to understand any of that, I think you'd have a much easier time processing your journey. I think you would have a much easier time. So, wisdom. Wisdom is what you have acquired through your life. All this knowledge that you've acquired through your life, put into action. And Aquarius, you are reaching a phase of your journey where simply acquiring more information, simply acquiring more potentiality is not going to be acceptable for you or your soul anymore. This is the point where your higher self, your soul, is asking of you to put into action the very things it's been telling you, giving you, showing you. If your soul's been telling you quite a bit of things about changes in your life, um, you're going to have to just flow with it, because if you're going to try and logically plan it out and all of that, soul doesn't go by plans. It never has. Never, ever, ever. Soul never does. It always throws curveballs to put you in places that creates elevated opportunity for amplified vulnerability. It's in the vulnerability you'll find your strength. Okay. And that's a lot to ask from an Aquarius, a lot. But no one else is asking this of you but yourself. Okay. So we also have card number 7, nourishment. You have to allow yourself to begin receiving. That's another thing Aquarius struggles with. Um, Allowing yourself to receive. Okay. Not all offers come with strings. And you're going to have to be okay with letting people in through the shell. You already do to some degree, because a shell is porous. It allows some things in, but you might have to do without the shell soon. Okay. You might have to allow yourself to be fully exposed, not to the whole world, but to the people who are needing to be a part, that phase of your journey. Let's go ahead and get you a final card. My husband got me a few new decks from a birthday. I'm loving them. All right. One more. Okay, I lied. Final one. Final one. Oh, that's beautiful. I haven't even seen, okay, so 3. I haven't even seen all these cards yet. Ooh, something about alabaster. Okay. Hold on, guys. Okay, card number 26, Deer of Delta. Without any force, you can overcome even extreme negativities. Your real nature is gentle, which is powerful in its own unique way. You do not need to become something you are not. You can confidently and effectively invoke spiritual protection from the light. You can never be dominated or bullied at a spiritual level because the real you is always empowered and protected. Oh, that is so true and so accurate for Aquarius. That is so true and so accurate. Like, wow. Wow. Um, ooh, that's awesome. Alabaster Tablet of Layla. You are remembering at a soul level. You are tapping into greater awareness, and an understanding of your highest life purpose shall become even clearer to you. This may evoke unsettling change within you, but that change is necessary for a new way to manifest. You are protected and guided at all times, especially when you feel uncertain about your course. You are truly loved. Wow, I think this is an Aquarius deck. This is beautiful. I'm going to show you guys the lid. You guys often ask me, what decks do I use? I don't know. I don't have the boxes. They're over somewhere in the closet. This, because it's a new deck. White Light Oracle. This is the deck I'm using. I think this is a really good Aquarius deck. Best deck. All right. Card number 15, Spirit Bear. You are being healed from guilt and fear. Such emotions will no longer steal your personal power or dissuade you from confidence, happiness, and realizing your own worth. No matter how unlikely it may seem, you are going to emerge from a spiritual winter into light and life. The divinely ordained time for your liberation, healing, and emergence is much closer than you realize. Abundant blessings are stirring and shall soon manifest. So that's beautiful. That is so beautiful. It's totally in alignment with the messages I was being given for you guys this entire reading. This is going to be a very viscerally felt process for you, Aquarius. Allow yourself to feel freely with no guilt, no shame, no fear of what other people will think of you. This is the process of your liberation. You are freeing yourself from your own boxes. And that's a powerful, powerful process. Okay. It's one that often brings people to their knees, but it's okay. It's okay. Maybe you just need a little break. Maybe you need to just have a little seat before you stand back up. Okay. So Aquarius, please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and join me every single time I'm live. Bye, guys.